Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Rebels will kick it away to start. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Shotgun. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Man, this guy is so scary when he has the ball in his hands. He kind of reminds me, he's got a little bit of Leonard Fournette. He's got a little bit of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you know, just that shake and bake. And when they get in the second level, DBs just don't seem to know how to tackle this guy. You don't want to submarine. He might hurtle over you, but if you don't go in with conviction, and he's got the speed to get outside and take it the distance. This dude just makes your heart stop every time he has the ball.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Grab near the marker. It's Cooper. He gets it into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 48. Throw him to the spot, and that's exactly what he did to pick up the first down.
And that's so many hours of doing this together. You know exactly when he's going to break on that out route. You know what kind of speed he has because you've thrown it so many times. Nice rhythm and timing, and you could tell that was experience between receiver and quarterback.
Looking to throw on first down. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him into 46.
That defender did not.
That the running back was setting up behind him on a screen. He was just thinking one thing and one thing only. See ball, get ball. He did that.
The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Guys, you just say Magnolia Bowl, and it sounds elegant and pristine and reserved.
And Ole Miss and LSU, anything but. Charges of clock malfeasance, downright cheating back in the old days just to get a leg up in this rivalry game.
It feels like they've been playing this game since the Louisiana Purchase and Napoleonic Law. They've been playing it forever down south in an area of the country where sometimes it just feels like it matters more. I can't wait to see what happens today.
And I love what Reese says, like, cheating, yeah. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. And both these schools, obviously, so closely connected. Games are usually really, really good. A ton of talent on the field. Big bragging rights on the line.
And the Rebels come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Might be calling a hot route. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. Got some room to run. And a tremendous return will be stopped at the 28-yard line.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, just this is where you go over the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They had to punt last time they had it. Highly unlikely that'll happen here, barring utter disaster. Great field position. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
Gotta love how this defense started the football game. They forced the punt on the first drive. First play now, come out, set the tone. Great run defense, forcing a negative play and put their defense in a good spot.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Under fire. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
From the gun, wants to pass. Fires deep toward the end zone.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. He'll try to take it back. The 30. He's at the 10. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Finds a little space. Just a tremendous return. Great run, great speed and vision to really set up this offense. He almost got totally loose on that one. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Leaves it with the running back. There he goes. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big gain for the offense.
Might as well give it to him again. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. He's looking to throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. And it's picked off right at the goal line. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. From the gun, running back on the move. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Keeps looking downfield. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
QBs do a really good job of feeling pressure and trying to get away from it. You can see he wants to, but there's nowhere to go. Great job by the defense, getting him to the ground for no gain.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He'll take a deep shot here. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He is going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Big guys on the right. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll leave it with him. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Hey, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on third down. They'll try to bully their way for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the Tigers will have it 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Man, another negative play for this offense. You've had the turnovers. You're throwing in the sacks. Like, they've got to do something better. They got to protect their quarterback, and they got to take care of the football. There's step 1 and 2.
The Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Now on 3rd down for this offense. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Oh, he wants it all. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense decides and stands on the result of the play. Change this route. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Using his feet to buy time. He's going to run it. Oh, he's got some space. He'll walk and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Looking to throw on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Plucks it out of the air. Across the 25, he's got room. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver. They can do that. They can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
The give on the inside. Bust through behind his pad. And he runs it in for a score. Touchdown, Rebels! Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hitting the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
The Bayou Bengals have been able to put on an aerial circus in recent years, but the foundation, the running game.
Yeah, don't forget about the run game. That starts everything, right? Because if you can run it, you can throw it, you can create some balance and keep defenses off guard. But I think LSU does a really good job of always establishing the run game first. Then they'll get to their playmakers and all the speed out wide.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. This defense will try to keep everything in front. The run from the shotgun. Fights off a defender. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
LSU moving quickly, going to work again on first down. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. To the air on first down. Bring in the heat. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Lets it fly. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field and they're trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
On third down, he drops to throw. He'll take another shot here. Brings it down on the right side. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got to be able to score points on this drive.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got the back in the middle. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Muscling ahead on third and short. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense, because third down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. Trying to punch it in. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. They moved it right to the edge, and they need 1 more yard for the touchdown on third down. Trying to pound it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
And you're going to need more of this in the second half. That's the way you punctuate a drive at the end of the first half to cut this to a one-possession game. You need more of that physicality in the second half.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Wants to throw on first down. Here comes the heat. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle box as he knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
They'll run it from the gun. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is all.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Leaves it with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line. Being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback extends the play. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. That's reeled in. It's Montgomery. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. LSU ready to boot it away and open this 2nd half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the 3rd. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy the ball as the game goes on here in the 2nd half.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Reed. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Wants to go up top on first down. Here's the pressure. They're working that left side. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Tackled at the 45 after a 5-yard pickup.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the 2nd half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Looking downfield on first down. Trying to burn this defensive back. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
We've seen this offense click and hum, and it's not clicking, and something's a little bit off. And I like the deep shot down the field. At least it wasn't an interception, but they got to find a way in this O to manufacture some first downs and some passing yards because everything's been difficult today.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air on 2nd down. Release to the back. Right on target this time. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
The Rebels with the 1st and 10. The give is to Smith.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
They'll move the tight end. They'll run it to the right. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Looking to throw on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Steps out of bounds just inside the 20. They'll mark him down at the 18.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive gain.
And the Rebels in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Quarterback making checks. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Right on the money. He goes out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. The Rebels started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They'll go to the ground.
And this offense knew coming into the game, when they get to the red zone, it's going to be tough sledding because it's hard to run, especially against this physical defense. They're one of the top 5 defenses stopping the run. And you know at this area of the field, it's really tough to throw it. Let's see who the more physical side is.
He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be 3rd down.
Man, they could have flipped that field in a hurry, right? They've given up some yards. They're sitting in their own red zone. A chance to make a big play. Yeah, he could have made that interception and could have flipped this field.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Now adjusting. Fires to the end zone. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And that lead grows even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the
Let's get right to the pictures. Texas looks like a bunch of world beaters right now, marching all over that field like Bevo in the pregame. They're up by 17 over Mississippi State. We'll keep an eye on things until the final horn in a game that could shake things up a bit in the SEC.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Going right to work up top. Throws for the tight end. Got a man in the middle. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. There's no need to panic or anything, but this would be a really opportune time to put something together and try to take control of this game.
And sometimes you just come out as the favorite, and you're a little bit flat, and you expect to win. And sometimes that leads to slow starts, but I think if they can get that...
Fires toward the end zone. And that one's way too far for everybody.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half. Man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. To the ground with the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
I tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
A big third down coming, and hotty toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. A shot toward the end zone. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball and he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. The give to the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
Going to sling it on second down. Throws to the wideout. On target to the left. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Out of the gun, the give to the back. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. It'll be 3rd and long. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They couldn't connect on 2nd down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. Hauls it in. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They'd hoped to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
And here they come going for the first down on 4th and 2. He might want another play. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Converts on 4th down. Still going. The offense coughs it up. And the offense blows on the football, but they are short of the line to gain. It'll be a turnover on down.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding to just kind of jump on it, make sure you keep possession.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play, stops the drive. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Making side adjustments here. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. That's caught. It's Smith. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
What's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
They need the 40 to convert here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle is Cutler. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Throwing right. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. A bold... Decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this.
Breaks into the open. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
They'll give it to him again. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Pressure coming. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Already in field goal range, but now trying to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Fires to the right. Makes a grab past the marker. And he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? What a costly mistake and big call. They could have been right back in this thing, and now they'll have to try it again. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them. Defense more than happy to take that free yardage. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unloads to the wideout. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And after failing to get that fourth down, it just feels like this game is over. They are going to need a miracle. They're going to need a quick 3 and out. They're going to need a turnover or something to have any shot at getting back in this game.
Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Let's go. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.